Good evening, everyone. My name is Tim Nichols, and you're tuned in to CVCA Royals Hockey. It's the last regular season game and the last home game of the season for CVCA tonight. And another oddity in this season, it comes after the postseason has started. Tonight, the opponent is the Lakewood Rangers, and we are live from the Dan Kostel Recreation Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. It's the 20th meeting all-time between CVCA and Lakewood, and the 6th meeting in the last 14 months. The Royals have taken the ice already. They're getting ready in the pregame warm-ups. The clock has not yet started its countdown, however. Lakewood is on the premises. They have not yet come out of their locker rooms. It is the third meeting between CVCA and Lakewood here in Garfield Heights this year. The two teams met twice already here at CVCA's home arena away from home in the 2020-21 season on consecutive days back at the end of December in the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Once again, you're tuned into Royals Hockey on the Boxcast platform, also simulcasting tonight, and each game on the CVCA Athletics Boosters YouTube page. We are glad you found us. We're going to pause for a few moments, and we'll be back with you momentarily in a minute or two or three once Lakewood enters the arena and the ice, and we'll go over the pregame festivities with you and get you ready for action tonight. It's CVCA and Lakewood from Garfield Heights, Ohio. Welcome once again to the Dan Kostel Rec Center. You're watching live coverage of CVCA Royals hockey in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. It's the last regular season game of the season for CVCA and for their opponents tonight, the Lakewood Rangers, who have entered the ice. My name's Tim Nichols. I'm glad that you found us tonight on the Boxcast platform and also on the CVCA Athletics YouTube page. That's the CVCA Athletics Boosters YouTube page. The Royals have been a nomadic bunch in January and early February, playing 6 of their last 8 games away from home and going just 1 win, 6 losses, and 1 tie during that stretch. We mentioned earlier, but today is the 4th meeting this season between the Royals and Lakewood. It's a game that's been on the calendar since the start of the season. The two teams met on December 19th at Serpentini Arena, and the Royals limped out of Winterhurst with an 11-3 loss that night. But just 10 days later, CVCA scored a decisive 6-4 victory against the Rangers in the opening round of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. The very next day, the teams met again in the third place game of that tournament, and the Royals played many of their younger players, with it being the 4th game in just over 24 hours. Lakewood skated away with an 8-1 victory that morning. So, Lakewood has gone 2-1 against the Royals this season, and again, they've won 4 out of the last 5 between the two schools. This evening, the two teams meet again, and while both teams would like the W tonight, it does have an odd feel to it. It's the last regular season game for both schools, but in a season of COVID-19 interruptions and changes, the postseason has already begun. Both CVCA and Lakewood notched victories on Wednesday night of this week in the opening round of the Barron Cup. The Royals dispatched of Brecksville 12-2. And in the nightcap, the Rangers shut out Elyria Catholic 8-0. That puts CVCA and Lakewood on a collision course to meet once again just 2 days from now in a game for all the marbles, as they would say, on Monday night when it really matters in round 2, the quarterfinals of the single elimination Barron Cup tournament. So, what do we have tonight? We have the final home game for CVCA's seniors. It's the last regular season game for alternate captain number 10, Sam Porter, for goaltender J.T. Nichols, and captain Gabe Dearden. Porter will suit up for the 109th time tonight for CVCA, and no one on the current CVCA roster has appeared in more games for the Royals in the last 4 years. J.T. Nichols has played in 94 of CVCA's 112 games in the last 4 seasons, and he's competed since his freshman year when he was cemented as a starter late in that season. And Gabe Dearden, what is there to say? CVCA has never had such a prolific scoring defenseman in the program's history. Unfortunately, tonight, for Dearden and for the Royals, Gabe Dearden will not get the opportunity to step onto the ice, as he'll be forced to serve perhaps one of the most egregious suspensions handed out in Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League history. During the Royals' last game on Wednesday night in the opening round of the Barron Cup, and with the Royals already leading 11-2, Dearden skated up the ice looking to salt the game away on a near breakaway when he was felled like a large tree by a brutal two-handed tomahawk chop of a slash by Brecksville freshman instigator Justin Conway, who already had 74 penalty minutes on the season. Conway, making no attempt for the puck, felled Dearden, who then went crashing into the goaltender Casey Lloyd with his momentum. In the ensuing scrum, Brecksville senior Chase Hudak engaged with Dearden and was the aggressor, throwing a punch and grabbing and pulling Dearden's face mask. And we'll show you the video during the first intermission. Dearden kept his cool, did not engage, and yet officials assessed both Dearden and Hudak 2-minute minors for roughing and 10-minute misconduct penalties. And because 12 minutes of penalties were handed out with just 11 minutes and 1 second left in the game, it forced both players to be suspended for their next game, which means that Dearden will not be able to suit up tonight, despite really doing nothing to earn any kind of a penalty, let alone a 2-minute minor for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. But even if they did have Dearden tonight, chances are his minutes would have been limited, as we expect the Royals to use tonight's game to extend the bench once again, as they've done earlier in other games this season. With Monday's game looming for a chance to advance in the Barron Cup, or to the Barron Cup semifinals. While both teams want to get that win tonight, the major goal is to get through the game healthy for both teams, with a chance to meet again on Monday night at full strength. We mentioned that chaotic ending of the Royals' last game in round 1 of the Barron Cup against Brecksville Broadview Heights, the Bees, and it makes sense to talk about the rest of the game as well. CVCA's second largest scoring outburst of the season. Brecksville got on the board first. Hudak beat J.T. Nichols on a breakaway, but Dearden wasted no time, evening the game just 7 seconds later, his first of 4 goals on the day. The Royals led 4-2 after 1 period, 9-2 after 2 periods, and with 2 more goals in the first minute of the 3rd period, the Royals were trying to end it to the 10-goal mercy rule when the chaos broke out and Dearden's breakaway happened, and the ensuing slash led to all the chaos. After civility was restored, Mark Mosher got his 2nd goal of the day to send everyone home. In addition to Dearden and Mosher, Luke Parada had a pair of goals, and CVCA got 1 goal each from the Porter brothers, Sam and Matthew, as well as goals from Jack Lamline and Caden Ballard. As for Lakewood and the nightcap on Wednesday evening at the John M. Coyne Recreation Center in Brooklyn, these Rangers advanced with an 8-0 win over Elyria Catholic. The Rangers were also in action in regular season action, a game last night against the Nordonia Knights, where they came away with a 5-1 victory. The Rangers have alternated 2-game win streaks with 2-game losing streaks over the last 8 games, and having won their last 2 games, CVCA would like for that pattern to continue over the next 2 games for Lakewood, which would mean that CVCA gets victories tonight and Monday night. But we'll have to wait and see what ensues and what happens. The Rangers entered the game tonight with a record of 11 wins and 9 losses, 0 ties, and the future is bright for this young team. They are led by a host of sophomores who get a lot of ice time. Senior Alex Blinky wears number 17, and sophomore Gabe Constantine, wearing number 7, anchor the defense in front of sophomore classmate number 33, Michael Grusella, who is in goal. Up front, CVCA will have to contend with a trio of sophomores, number 10, Gavin Fielder, number 22, Jay Schmolt, and number 5, Jude Johnson. Along for the ride on the sophomore caravan is number 9, Gavin Fielder, who's a strong contributor as well. If Lakewood chooses to rest Grusella tonight and hold him out for Monday, then expect to see junior Zach Vionich, who wears number 1 between the pipes. Today is scheduled to be our last live stream of the season, so unless plans change, we are unable to stream Barron Cup games. So we do thank all of you who are watching tonight and have been watching all season with us. And that includes the moms and dads and fans from Lakewood who are tuned in tonight. As you know, having CVCA and Lakewood with their 4th meeting of the year and their 3rd here in Garfield Heights, CVCA was displaced just 1 week before the season started when the Kent State University Ice Arena closed for the season due to the coronavirus pandemic. The Royals found Garfield Heights as their home away from home, but local authorities have a no spectator policy here and have had it enforced for the entire season. So fans of both teams are in the same boat, having to watch along, but it's been our pleasure to bring the action to you, and we hope you've enjoyed it as well. Of course, we do look forward to seeing all of you in person on Monday night in Brooklyn, where they do allow 3 fans, I believe it is, per player on Monday night. For now, though, we're about ready for CVCA and Lakewood, round 4 of 5 on the season. All time, we mentioned before, it's the 20th meeting since 2000 between the teams. Lakewood holds the edge in the series, 12 wins versus 7 losses, having won 4 of the last 5. Before that, the Royals had won 5 in a row against the Rangers. This season, Lakewood's taken 2 of 3 from the Royals, and it's the 3rd meeting here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, where the teams have split a win apiece. The Rangers head coach is Mark Perfolia. He's assisted by Fred Krause and Tyler Martin. CVCA is coached by Doug Fairchild, who's in his 14th season. He's assisted by Mark Brower, Rich Hurdle, and Jonathan Beckett. The horn has sounded. The time has run out on the pregame festivities. Both teams clearing the pucks out of their goals at each end of the ice, and we're about ready for the starting lineups to be announced here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. "15 minutes is up on the clock. The Royals heading to the end line to our right. Lakewood already in place at the end line on our left. And shortly, the public address announcer will inform us of who will be in goal and who will start for each team tonight. Lakewood and CVCA coming up next. And they're ready for the starting lineups. It will be Mike Rusella in goal, the sophomore for the Lakewood Rangers tonight. And as we expected, Gabe Constantine on defense. Also on defense, senior Alex Blinky. Gavin Fielder, the outstanding sophomore center, gets the start for the Rangers. Dylan Yatson, the junior, will start at forward. Eli Ledoux gets a start tonight for the Rangers and the rest of the Rangers. And now for the Royals. Karsten Hauk, the sophomore, starts in goal tonight. Mark Mosher, a steady starter throughout the season. The sophomore had 2 goals in the Royals' last game against Brecksville. Also getting the start, sophomore number 53, Zach Nichols. Caden Ballard will start at center. Ballard, the junior. Matthew Porter gets a start tonight for CVCA. The freshman had a goal in the last game. And the Royals come on out to the blue line for the national anthem. Morgan Joy getting the start for CVCA. We missed the last starter, and we want to mention it was Morgan Joy who will start tonight for the Royals. But now we pause to honor America with our national anthem. The anthem completed. We're about ready for hockey for the last time in the regular season here in 2021. The Royals and the Rangers. So as the lineups were introduced, it looks like the regular starters for the most part for Lakewood. The Royals going with a young lineup tonight. Mosher and Zach Nichols. Nichols getting the start in place of Dearden. Caden Ballard at center. Morgan Joy getting a start as well for CVCA. Morgan Joy, a freshman, has 3 goals on the season and was the first female to ever score for CVCA. So the Royals take the ice. Karsten Hauk in goal tonight for the Royals. Hauk, in his first year of playing hockey, he's won 2 games. He won the opener in the season. Of the season, rather. That game against the Nordonian Knights, Hauk, it was his only second time on the ice. The Royals backed him with 13 goals. Hauk gave up 10. He lost a 10-9 decision to Whitmer a week later. He did defeat NDCL 8-4 in January. So we're underway at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. The puck is dropped, and into the offensive zone goes Eli Ledoux. He's got it behind the net. Ledoux looking up to the left point. He finds Blinky. Blinky shot in is wide. Ledoux chases after it. He's pestered by Nichols. Shot from the slot by number 10. Gavin Fielder goes wide, and heavy pressure already early for the Lakewood Rangers. Caden Ballard comes up with it, tries to skate out with it, but is back checked, and Lakewood keeps it in, and they'll continue to pressure the Royals early on. Shot in is saved. Rebound kicked aside, poked up, but not out. It comes to Blinky, who shoots. It's knocked down. Morgan Joy chases after it, knocks it up and out, and they wave off icing. A good rally for the Lakewood Rangers to start this game. Lakewood, again, in action last night, so they're coming off that 5-1 victory against the Nordonian Knights. Into the defensive zone, now on the stick of Mark Mosher. He's got it up ice and finds a teammate. It's Luke Parada. Parada dumps it in deep and chases after it. Parada, the dangerous junior for CVCA, as it comes around the boards and up and kept in by Mark Mosher for a moment, but shipped up and down the ice for an icing call off the stick of Gabe Constantine, who heads to the bench. The Rangers will get a change, and the Royals will get an offensive zone face-off to the left of goaltender Michael Drusella. Early action, no score from the Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights. Jack Lamline comes out to take the face-off for the Royals. And the puck is dropped down and controlled back, dumped around the boards where Lakewood will try and build on out. Cross ice once again, it comes up and around. Jude Johnson. Johnson pushes it up. It's deflected into the neutral zone. Lamline is there. Pokes it over to Sam Porter. Back it goes to Nichols, and Nichols punches it up and will get called for icing as that came off his stick from the Royals blue line. And they'll retrieve the puck and bring it down for a defensive zone face-off for CVCA. Stoppage at 13:21 to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of Karsten Hauk. Puck is dropped down and poked up and not kept in by Blinky. He dumps it back in, but a delayed offsides. And chasing after it is Josh Petchke for CVCA. Petchke looks, pokes it forward. He finds Ballard, it looks like it was, who pokes it through the neutral zone. Now it's on the stick of Constantine. Nice pass up and into the offensive zone. Now Gavin Fulmer has it. It comes across ice. Up and off the stick of Constantine, deflected by Ballard up into the rafters. A stoppage at 12:53. And another offensive zone faceoff for the Lakewood Rangers. Cam Crouch out to take the faceoff for the Rangers. It's dropped down and pushed up and not kept in by Constantine. Poked back in and pushed ahead by the Royals. Mark Mosher pushes it in deep. It's deflected, so they wave off icing. After it is the Rangers on the near side boards. Jake Hirsch battles, pokes it up and tries to get it out of the zone. He does. Josh Petchke knocks it back in. A delayed offside against CVCA, so the Rangers come up with it. To the neutral zone, Sam Porter tries to deflect, cannot. Pushed up just beyond Jake Hirsch's stick, and the Royals intercept. Up ice it comes to the neutral zone, pass forward, and Jack Lamline is on it for CVCA. Lamline circles and weaves his way through traffic into the offensive zone, but he's met there by Blinky. Lamline comes up with the puck, shoots, and Grusella, nice save, big rebound in front. Push forward, but doesn't get back to the goal off from Parada, and back the other way comes Constantine. Nice back checking by Lamline. Lamline pokes it up, and he's got a 2-on-1. Parada to his left. Lamline gets the puck deflected. Blinky loses a stick, but makes sure Lamline doesn't get it. Up to the point, kept in and fired on goal. I'm not sure Grusella saw that, but it was wide, and now retrieved by Owen Gibbons. Gibbons up ice, finds a teammate, Gavin Fielder. Fielder deflected, or a backhanded pass deflected by Karsten Hauk to the far side boards. Ryan Britt chases after it. He finds it up on the left point to Austin Shearer. He pokes it back in deep where Mark Mosher is for CVCA. He chips it up the boards. A funny bounce. It goes out of the zone as it's trying to find Matthew Porter. Dumped back in on Hauk. It wouldn't have counted. It was delayed offsides anyway. Hauk made the save. And out is Morgan Joy to retrieve it for CVCA. Cross ice pass. Finds Matthew Porter off his stick. And now pushed back in by the Rangers. Hauk will watch it go by his goal to his left. Poked up to Joy. Joy tries to get forward, but it's pushed back in further deep by one of the Rangers. Josh Petchke battles in deep with Eli Ledoux. Petchke comes up with it, finds Joy, but it is deflected. Intercepted, shot right on Karsten Hauk, who makes a breadbasket save, stops it, and we have a stoppage at 10:38 to go. First period action. Early on, no score. An offensive face-off, zone face-off rather, for the Rangers. Comes down, and a shot wide of the goal by Eli Ledoux. Around it comes and out of the zone. Poked back in, but the Royals with it. Petchke chips it up and out into the Royals bench, and so Petchke a little unsure of what to do with it right there. And when he was pressured, chipped it up and out, so it'll be another defensive zone face-off for CVCA. This one to the right of Karsten Hauk. Jay Schmolt on it, but the Royals win the face-off. It's poked up, and retrieving it is Austin Shearer. Cross-ice pass off the boards, finds a teammate. It's Eli Ledoux. Shot is knocked down by Zach Nichols in the slot. Nichols pokes it up off the back skate of one of a teammate, but now it comes down to Parada, who pokes it in deep, chases after it, gets it, and Parada skates quickly behind the net. Tries to center. He's going to find Zach Nichols in the slot. He fans on it, and now Lakewood comes out with it. That was a dangerous situation for the Royals, but they escape harm for the moment. Parada chases after it deep in his own zone, pokes it forward, but a shot and knocked down in the slot once again. Here comes Zach Nichols. Nichols pokes it in deep from the red line, and Blinky will chase after it for the Rangers. Reverses course behind the net. That looks like it's Constantine. Constantine up, finds a teammate across ice. Nice play to break out. Ledoux with it. Ledoux skating in the circle, fires. It pokes up, but covered by Karsten Hauk. And we mentioned it, Karsten Hauk's first year of hockey. He's improved greatly in his primarily backup role for CVCA this year. Soccer goalie by trade his first year, and absorbing things like a sponge. And a nice save there by the sophomore. This one's dropped down and pushed forward into danger in the slot, shot and score. The first one of the game by Gavin Fulmer as the Royals could not clear the puck. Lakewood takes a 1-0 lead off the stick of Gavin Fulmer. So at 5 minutes and 43 seconds, Lakewood has a 1-0 lead on CVCA. Into the offensive zone once again. Jude Johnson has it. Johnson circles behind the net, looks, centers, and finds Caden Ballard. Ballard tries to skate it out, pokes it up and out, where it finds Alex Blinky. Blinky cross ice to Constantine, and up ice he comes. A huge check into the boards, and a penalty coming up on CVCA's Caden Ballard. 6-on-5 as the goalie's out of the goal. The Royals yet to touch it up. Actually, Grusella has not come out of the goal yet. Delayed penalty and pressure still by the Rangers. With it behind the net is Fulmer. Fulmer being battled, and finally the touch up by Ballard, who will go to the penalty box. A power play opportunity coming up for Lakewood, who already has a 1-0 lead. Not quite sure of the call there, but it happened right in front of us. So CVCA's head coach Doug Fairchild, just like myself, wondering what exactly that was. Perhaps interference, but the puck seemed to be played. Nevertheless, 2 minutes on the board for Ballard. Time of the penalty with 8 minutes and 32 seconds left. Lakewood cross ice pass, not ready for it was Gavin Fielder, but at the top and now into the circles. Back to the high slot. With it is Blinky. Blinky left side, intercepted by Sam Porter. He tries to clear it, and he does, and Blinky will retrieve it. Back into the offensive zone comes Lakewood. Cross ice, trying to find Austin Shearer. It's kicked aside for just a moment, but the Rangers continue to control with 1.5 minutes to go on the power play. Blinky now into the circle. Shot wide of the goal. Retrieved by number 3, Shearer. Back up to the left point. And that's Jude Johnson. Johnson winds up, fakes, now skates to the slot, fires, and it's shipped up and out of play off the senior banner of Gabe Dearden. And that's about the only time you're going to see Dearden tonight on the camera. We've got some highlights of Gabe Dearden coming up later. 1:12 to go on the power play opportunity for the Lakewood Rangers. They lead 1-0, 7:44 to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of Karsten Hauk. Won by the Royals. Zach Nichols tries to chip it up, but it's deflected and kept in by the Rangers. Chasing after it for the Royals is Mark Mosher, and he'll battle Cam Crouch in the corner. Help comes. Still a feisty battle going on, but it slips up, the puck does, and now cross-ice pass looking for Jay Schmolt. The Royals battling on the far side boards. That's Zach Nichols, kicks it forward, pokes ahead, but cannot get it out. Schmolt will knock it back in deep where Mosher will chase, but he won't get there. And finally it comes onto the stick of a Royal, and Jack Lamline heads the other direction, and he'll push it deep into the zone, and 33 seconds will be left on the power play for Lakewood. But back behind the net, don't look now, but Luke Parada has it for CVCA. Parada circles back deep. A shorthanded opportunity perhaps. Gets to the slot, shoots, fires, and scores! A shorthanded goal for Luke Parada, tying the game at 1. Great effort by CVCA's junior alternate captain Luke Parada to dig the puck out behind the net and then control it, get to the slot himself and fire on Grusella and beat him. Time of the goal. 7 minutes and 12 seconds of the first period. The score is tied at 1. Penalty time continues for Ballard. There's 20 seconds left on the power play. The Royals win the faceoff and knock the puck down the ice for a clearance with 12 seconds left. Back to get it is Austin Shearer. Shearer, though, skates past it, and Morgan Joy back there to try and pester him. Finally, it comes up and out, but intercepted by CVCA, and that'll do it for the penalty time to Ballard. Back to full strength. Parada with the puck on his stick. He'll knock it down the ice. It'll be icing on CVCA. The Royals will get a change, but a great job by CVCA on that penalty kill, and even better, a shorthanded goal by Luke Parada. The score is tied at 1 with 6 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first period. Defensive zone face-off for CVCA now to the right of Karsten Hauk. Ballard and Cam Crouch will take it. It's won by Ballard, back to Zach Nichols. He'll control, set up, look forward for a teammate, picks it up and deflected off the stick of Austin Shearer deep into the Royals zone. No icing. Ballard is back to battle Shearer, knocks him down. Shearer does come up with the puck though. Shearer to the far side corner, intercepted by Sam Porter, but he's pushed off the puck by Shearer, but Ballard tries to get it. Now Zach Nichols with the high slot, fires. Grusella makes the first stop. Ballard tried to get the rebound, but finally Grusella put that big mitt down and covered a loose puck in a dangerous place as it was in the crease. Caden Ballard trying to put the Royals up 2-1. 5 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first period. That's been a fun first period to watch. Face off to the right of Grusella. Lamline takes it for CVCA and wins it back, but not with that much energy on the or power on the puck, and so Lakewood chases to it first. And they knock it up the ice, and they've got a chance. Shot on Hauk, and a big battle in front of him. It's still loose. Hauk gets up, and Zach Nichols comes out of the pile with the puck. Stick handles, it's knocked away now, but poked up ice. Lamline looking for him. He was knocked off the way by Gabe Constantine. In deep it goes, and Lamline still trying to pressure, and comes up, centering pass, and intercepted by Constantine out of harm's way as Matthew Porter was right there waiting for it. Up it comes and into the offensive zone for the Rangers. Zach Nichols out for CVCA to retrieve it. Nichols stops, looks forward, and chips it up and out of the zone. Will it have enough to get across the end line? It does. Icing on CVCA. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in an entertaining first period. Both teams playing for pride tonight. On Monday night, they'll be playing for much more than pride. They'll be playing for a chance to advance to the Barron Cup semifinals a week from Friday. They drop the puck down. It's into the corner on the far side. Mark Mosher doing the dirty work to dig it out for CVCA, but he's dispossessed by Jude Johnson, who now has it behind his net. Tries to center. It's knocked up, kept in at the point, and shot in, deflected before it gets to the goal, and chipped up, but still not out. Pushed back in, and Mosher's back after it one more time. Johnson chases him. Ballard has it on his stick, tries to backhand it, but now it's into the slot. Dangerous play, and Johnson has it poked away, and now Sam Porter goes the other direction for CVCA. Porter dumps it in. Grusella gives up a rebound, but nobody there. It's swept away by, I think, Constantine. Ballard trying to come up with it, cannot. He's pushed aside, and out come the Rangers. Long pass off the stick of Gavin Fulmer. Mark Mosher, the other number 9, gets to it first, but he tries to dump it around the boards, gives up a shot by Jude Johnson, saved by Hauk. A battle on the near side boards. Morgan Joy tries to come up with it. It's poked ahead and out of the zone by Josh Petschke, but just for a moment, it comes back in, a kick save on an offsides play, so it would not have counted, but Hauk had to make sure it did not go in the goal. Petschke now retrieves as Lakewood with a change with 3:45 to go. Petschke falls down, gives up a turnover in the defensive zone. With it is Gavin Fielder. Luke Parada to the rescue, pokes it around the side, but still Lakewood has it. They try and center, and it's intercepted. Lamline pokes it forward, trying to get to the neutral zone, but he's pushed aside. It comes back the other way. With it is Gavin Fielder. Fires and off and deflected into the corner by Hauk. Petschke tries to come up with it, cannot. Now another backhanded shot saved by Karsten Hauk. A great play once again. Gavin Fielder put it on him, and Hauk saw it all the way for the stoppage. Keeping the score tied. CVCA 1, Lakewood 1. 3:15 to go, first period. Face off to the left of Hauk. Dropped down and controlled, or at least one for the moment by CVCA, but not controlled. Lakewood tries to center. It's intercepted by Lamline for the moment, and he pokes it up and out to center ice. Right back in, it goes off the stick of Constantine. And the Royals chip it back out, where Alex Blinky will poke it back in. Josh Petschke finds Parada. Parada will circle behind his own net. And now with some speed, he pokes it up out of the zone, but right back in, and Petschke will have to chase it, as Matthew Porter could not find an open CVCA Royal. Petschke now tries to work it out. Looks for Porter. It gets by him, and it will be icing against CVCA with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. You're watching CVCA Royals hockey on the Boxcast platform, also simulcast on the CVCA Athletic Boosters YouTube page. We're glad you're here with us, whether you're from CVCA or Lakewood tonight. In an entertaining first period, as we said a couple times, the Royals win this face-off. They try and build it out once again. Up it comes and out, but sent right back in for just a moment by Lakewood's number 12, Tanner Constantine. The Royals now try and build out. Backhanded pass, does not find a teammate off of Caden Ballard's stick. A shot and a rebound given up by Hauk. Another save for him, and Mark Mosher has it for a moment. He's dumped by Gavin Fulmer, and Lakewood has it once again for just a moment before CVCA clears it out to center ice. Back to Fulmer. He overskates it. Mark Mosher has it. Back checking. Nice job by Jay Schmolt there. And it slips forward. No icing this time, as Lakewood has to recover in the defensive zone. Johnson up ice. Zach Nichols pokes it back, and a fired shot over the net of Karsten Hauk behind his net. Retrieved by Ballard for CVCA with 1:37 to go. Ballard looks, turns it over in the slot. Shot, save. Second shot is in the back of the net. A terrible defensive zone turnover that will cost CVCA off Caden Ballard's stick, right into the slot, onto the stick of one of the Lakewood Rangers. That hurts tonight. It'll hurt a lot more on Monday night, so Ballard will have to make sure that he is more sure of the clearing passes. The goal scored, it looks like, by number 9, Gavin Fulmer off the rebound. It's 2-1. 2-1 Lakewood with about 1.5 minutes to go. So the Royals will have to play from behind once again. Back underway in the offensive zone. Lamline has it for CVCA, skates toward the slot. Now backhands. Grusella can't find it. It's behind his net. He wasn't sure. Kept in by Zach Nichols on the right point. Nichols fires over the net. And retrieving it is Constantine. Up it comes. And back to get it will be Josh Petschke. Icing is the call, and the Royals will get an offensive zone face-off. So just as soon as they go down, they have a nice shift. A couple of good shots on Mike Grusella. He was up to the task. And we are 56 seconds and a fraction away from the first intermission. Lamline will take the face-off for CVCA. They drop it down, and it's controlled by the Rangers. It's deflected up and finally out. The first one to it is Gavin Fielder. He tries to center, but cannot. And now the Royals will have a rush up the ice. Lamline dispossessed just outside the blue line, and a shot. Oh, actually a pass before a shot. Hauk is tracking it all the way, made the save, but here comes the second one, and Hauk deflects that one to the near side boards. 27 seconds left. Cross ice pass is just outside the zone, dumped back in by Alex Blinky, and the Royals will retrieve it. It's Zach Nichols with it. Nichols looks up. 17 seconds left. Finds Sam Porter for a moment, but he loses it. Nichols pokes it back in deep with 10 seconds left. Back to chase it is Gabe Constantine. Around the boards it goes to Eli Ledoux. Ledoux up ice, Is there time for one more shot? There is, but Karsten Hauk gloves it down as the horn goes off. We've reached the end of the first period, and the score is Lakewood 2 and CVCA 1.
Try to get confirmation on who the second one is.
So we look at first period statistics. They're being tallied up, and we'll have them for you in just a moment. Mike Dearden doing the honors, as he does each game for us. And we've got him. Thank you, Mike. So, shots on goal in that first period. Lakewood 16, which means Karsten Hauk had 14 saves. For the Royals, they had 5 saves for Michael Grusella. The goals in that first period, the first one at 5 minutes and 42 seconds of the first period was scored by number 10 for Lakewood. That's Gavin Fielder. It was 1-0 Lakewood. CVCA got a shorthanded goal from Luke Parada with 6:52 to go in the period. Caden Ballard was in the box for the Royals, but Parada did a nice job digging one out from behind the goal and setting up his own shot to beat Michael Grusella. It was 1-1, and with a minute and a half to go in the period, we believe the goal was scored off a rebound by Gavin Fulmer to put Lakewood back on top. Face-offs were a slight edge to Lakewood, 6-4 in that first period. So, and we got confirmation the second goal did indeed go to Gavin Fulmer. We mentioned that the Royals were coming off a victory on Wednesday night in the Barron Cup, and we know we could not stream that due to contractual obligations and commitments made by the Barron Cup and the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League, but we do have video and highlights of that game, and so we're going to give them to you right now. There were a lot of goals scored, and thanks again to our key man, Sean Mosher, for taking the video. And here we are with the highlights of CVCA and Brecksville from Wednesday night. The opening face-off here. The game was underway, controlled to CVCA. But it was the Brecksville Bees who got on the board first on this breakaway by Justin Conway. He came in on JT Nichols and beat him to the short side, 1-0 Brecksville, but then CVCA would get the better of them. Gabe Dearden got his first of many goals, 4 in fact on the night, to make it 1-1 for CVCA in the first period. A short time later, the Royals found Luke Parada on a breakaway of their own, and Parada made it 2-1 for the Royals during the first period. Then it was time for Dearden once again. He skated up ice and fired from the slot. 3-1 CVCA, the second on the night for Dearden, and he wasn't done in the first period. But before that, we have Chase Hudak, who split the Royals defense and backhanded one by JT Nichols, making it 3-2. That would be the last goal of the night for the Brecksville Bees. Here's Dearden shortly thereafter. Skates in once again on the Brecksville goalie and got a hat trick for himself in the first period alone. 4-2 CVCA. That's where it was at the end of the first period, but the entourage or the onslaught was on. Here's a rebound score by Sam Porter, 5-2 Royals. The CVCA team celebrating the Porter goal. After that, you got Mark Mosher setting up a shot and beating the goaltender on his short side, 6-2 CVCA. The Royals weren't done. 7-2 there. Looks like Parada on the goal. And more to come. The Porter brothers working together. That one goes to Caden Ballard, though. 8-2 Royals. Still second period action. And after that, goal number 9 to Jack Lamline. That's where we stood at the end of the second period. Third period underway, and CVCA got 2 goals in the first minute of that third period. I think that made it 10-2. And here is where everything went all wrong. Dearden getting chopped down. That is a 5-minute major penalty against the freshman for Brecksville. Dearden's momentum carried him into the goaltender, and then it all went wrong. A scrum ensues here. They push Dearden away. He does nothing. Some words being exchanged, mostly in the direction of Dearden, who skates away a second time. Morgan Joy comes to try and push him away a third time, and then the senior, Hudak, grabs Dearden by the face mask and pulls his head, trying to pull it off. Dearden still does nothing, and Jack Lamline gets pushed aside by Hudak. Dearden sent to the bench for apparently getting his head pulled off. 2 minutes for roughing. You watched it just like we did. A 10-minute misconduct, and unfortunately that was it for Gabe Dearden. Mark Mosher finished it off, made that 12-2, his second goal of the game, and under the mercy rule, the game was over with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third period. A nice victory for the Royals. The offense got to enjoy a bunch of goals, but a bittersweet victory for Gabe Dearden, who scored 4 goals on the night, but unfortunately is sitting out this one due to the extracurriculars that you saw occur on that near breakaway in the third period. So, we mentioned before that Lakewood dispatched of Elyria Catholic 8-0 in the nightcap, so that'll set up a rematch of tonight's game between these two teams on Monday night for the opportunity to advance to the Barron Cup semifinals next week on Friday night. That semifinal game will go, the puck will drop on Friday at 5 o'clock against the winner of Chagrin Falls and Nordonia, who was an upset victory winner against Twinsburg earlier last week. So, elsewhere in CVCA sports this week, we got to run through that quickly. Boys basketball is on a 4-game winning streak and now has won 5 of their last 6 to push their record to 9-7. Last night, the Royals held on for a 39-38 victory at home against Fairless. Earlier this week, they earned a hard-fought victory on the road at Woodridge by a score of 46-43. The boys are actually in action right now with another home game at Tim Byerly Gymnasium against Akron North. Earlier this afternoon, the girls basketball team pushed their record to 17-4. Mike Dearden with a complete destruction of the Fairless Falcons. Final score of the girls basketball game today, CVCA 81, Fairless 29. So it's been a busy day on the east side of Wyoga Lake Road in Tim Byerly Gymnasium. The girls pushing their record to 17-4. Earlier this week, they had another lopsided victory against Orville at home, 64-26. They held the Red Riders to just 9 field goals in that game. They have one regular season game left on Wednesday at Triway before starting the OHSAA postseason tournament on Wednesday, February 17th. The wrestling team competed today in the Principals Athletic Conference tournament and brought home a second-place overall team finish. In individual action, however, CVCA has 4 different Pac-7 conference champions. In the 106-pound weight class, Owen Nelson finished in first place. Braden Halen won the 113-pound division. Anthony Perez took home the victory and is the champion of the 120-pound division. And in the heavyweights in the 220-pound division, Kyle Snyder is your Pac-7 champion. Second place finishes in the 126-pound division for Aiden King, the 132-pound division for TJ Sarkowitz, and the 160-pound division for Aaron Pownell. CVCA wrestlers took third place at 170 pounds with Seth Nerone, 182 pounds with Neil Walker, and 195 pounds in Jackson Kipp. And did I say heavyweights? CVCA's Tony Collins finished 4th in the 285-pound division. Look for Tony Collins to anchor part of CVCA football's 2021 offensive line next fall. The Royals wrestling team is now off until the OHSAA sectional tournament on February 27th. As a reminder, you're watching this game, the hockey game, on the Boxcast platform, but all games that take place in CVCA's Tim Byerly Gymnasium, that's boys and girls basketball, wrestling, next fall volleyball, can be seen on the NFHS network and the NFHS network app, which you can download from the App Store of Apple or Android. Both the CVCA bowling teams were in action today in the OHSAA sectionals. Unfortunately, no results as of this time, but while it may be old news to some, we've got to give a shout out to Jack Peak, the senior from CVCA, who became the first ever Royals bowler to bowl a perfect 300 game last week on Saturday in a match against Kenmore Garfield. So congratulations, Jack Peak, on that perfect 300 game. Swimming and diving teams ended a long layoff and recorded victories last Tuesday on senior night against Twinsburg. Today they were in action in 2 different meets. This morning they were scheduled to compete in the Perry Diving Invitational at 9 a.m. And then after a quick drive back to Twinsburg, they competed at home in their home pool against Walsh at 4 p.m. And you can find out results and information about all Royals sports and athletics activities by following CVCA's athletic pages. Visit CVCA Athletics website, athletics.cvcaroyals.org, or check out the CVCA Athletics Facebook page, or follow CVCA Athletics on Twitter or Instagram. Of course, information on CVCA Athletics live streams for hockey and football can be found on the CVCA Athletics Facebook page, and through the CVCA Athletics Twitter feed and on the CVCA live stream feed at CVCA Livestream. Looking ahead, Royals hockey, we've mentioned it several times. This game tonight is a prelude to the game that means everything on Monday night between these two teams. The Barron Cup quarterfinal round, 6 o'clock from the Venerable Arena in Brooklyn, the John M. Coyne Recreation Center, where Lakewood and CVCA will compete for a chance to advance to the semifinals. Winner of that game will play the winner of Chagrin Falls and Nordonia Friday night, next week, a week from last night at 5 o'clock. And the Barron Cup 3 Blue Division Championship is scheduled to be played next week, Sunday, at 1 o'clock. The Royals looking to try and win their 3rd Barron Cup in 5 years. And that'll do it for the first intermission topics. Both teams have returned back to the ice. Lakewood will begin this second period with a 2-1 lead against CVCA. "15 minutes is up on the clock. We are waiting on the referees who are over at the scorer's table, obviously taking care of important business. Both teams out waiting. As we glance over to the benches, everything seems normal. So we'll tell you that in this period, the long period change, the Royals will be going left to right. CVCA wearing their black shell bottoms this game tonight with royal blue piping, striping. The traditional home, white jerseys and royal blue numerals, royal blue helmets. Lakewood, as they wait, finally a whistle, and their traditional maroon and Lakewood yellow numerals, yellow hats, going right to left. We're ready for second period hockey. They drop the puck down and we're underway. It's controlled back to Constantine, who pushes it up into the neutral zone, but intercepted, and Caden Ballard comes into the offensive zone for CVCA. Tries to skate in between a couple of Lakewood players. Now near side, pushes it in deep. Intercepted by Lakewood and pushed up to Eli Ledoux, but docked back in to the right of Drusilla. Long outlet pass, looking for Gavin Fielder. He can't control it, but Lakewood is chasing after it, and they're going to have a chance if they hurry, and they shoot. It hits the outside of Carson Houck's net. Round the net it goes, and then back reverse the other direction, up to the point. Constantine fires it in. It's deflected through the slot to the near side boards. Zach Nichols gets poke checked away. Still with it is Lakewood. Nichols tries to get it. up to Morgan Joy. Now it's intercepted and centered, pushed up and finally cleared out by CVCA to the neutral zone. Ballard intercepts, but he has it poked, checked away by Blinky, who knocks it up ahead to the neutral zone. The Royals offsides. Meanwhile, Lakewood clears the puck all the way down the ice. The first one to it is Fielder. He tried to backhand it for a centering opportunity, but could not. Back out to center ice it comes. Luke Parada tried to get to it, got knocked away. And then finally the puck goes flying down the ice for an icing against CVCA. So a choppy start to the second period. A minute and a half gone, and Lakewood will have an offensive zone face-off to the right of Karsten Hauk. Jay Schmolt takes it for the Rangers. Lamb line for CVCA. It's controlled by Lakewood. Pushed in deep. Austin Shearer did that. Mark Mosher comes up with it. He continues to battle with his numerical nemesis, number 9, Gavin Fulmer. Now comes out, up and out. Jack Lamline with a chance. Shoots. It's deflected into the corner by Shearer. Shearer and Lamline do battle. Sam Porter comes in to help. Now Parada. It's poked up and cleared out by Lakewood. Schmolt up ahead. Mosher for the Royals. Intercepts. Up ice. Finds Parada. Parada turns toward the offensive side. He's on side. Stops at the circles. Fires. Rebound shot. Just overskated by Sam Porter, who had a great chance. And it's cleared down the ice by the Rangers for icing. The goal scorer for CVCA, Luke Parada, with a shot on Michael Grusella. A big, juicy rebound ensued, and Sam Porter tried to get his stick down just a little too late on the timing to try and send one back by Grusella and try and get the equalizer. Meanwhile, offensive zone faceoff. Caden Ballard out to Grusella's right. Royals control it up to the slot. Nichols has it, fires, knocked down, and Morgan Joy tries to chase after it. It's poked to the near side boards where she's on it and pokes it further in deep. It's reversed by Lakewood and pushed up and now out. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Ballard. He tries to fire it in, but it's knocked down by Blinky. Blinky now has it on his stick. Cross-ice pass in the circles. Centering pass back to Blinky. He can't get it, and Morgan Joy pushes it up, and it skips over the skate, or rather the blade, of number 18, Dylan Yatson, and yet the referees call icing on CVCA. So Yatson was trying to keep it in at the point, was frustrated that he could not, but the Rangers get a generous call from the referees on the icing that Yatson could have stopped, and they get an offensive zone face-off to the left of Hauk. Gavin Fielder wins it for the Rangers. He's got Ledoux. Ledoux gets deflected, and Lamline comes out with it with speed, but he can't control. It's pushed in on Grusella. Grusella covers, now gives it up. It looks like that may be Blinky. Poke checked away from a Lakewood player, back in deep. Constantine on the near side, cross ice, and he's looking for a long connection. Eli Ledoux cannot catch up to it, and it's icing against the Rangers. 11:45 to go, second period. Lakewood 2, CVCA 1. So this face-off will be to the left of Mike Grusella. Lamline, Parada, Sam Porter. The forwards for the Royals. Parada has it. Oh, it's poke checked away. Nice play by Gavin Fulmer. He drops for Nichols. Nichols skates in and fires, and he scores! If that's Zach Nichols, it'll be his first goal as a CVCA Royal, and he gets the entire team to celebrate with him. That's a goal that's 2 years in coming for sophomore Zach Nichols for CVCA. He skates down and fist bumps his classmate Karsten Hauk. It's 2-2. Time of the goal, 3 minutes and 24 seconds for the Royals. Zach Nichols makes it 2-2, CVCA and Lakewood. The Royals in the offensive zone once again. Falling on it is Luke Parada. Nichols tried to keep it in. It goes off Parada's helmet, actually, and comes back out. Where now it comes back to the Royals in the neutral zone. The teams battle, and Lakewood will push it in deep. Icing on Lakewood. So the Royals get another offensive zone face-off. This one to the left of Grusella. Caden Ballard doing the honors for CVCA. They drop the puck down. It's controlled by Lakewood. Into the corner, pushed up. Jude Johnson, cross-ice pass. They try and find Ledoux. He's got some wheels. Tries the center. And it's going to come to Blinky. Fires deflected, and Hauk. Is he on it? That puck had eyes, but Karsten Hauk got down on it and made the stop before it crossed the end line. Lakewood making an effort to go back on top right there. A deflected shot in, and Karsten Hauk makes the save for CVCA. Stoppage at 10 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of Hauk. Drop down, controlled by the Royals into the corner. Mark Mosher has it. Round the boards, looking for Morgan Joy. Funny bounce, turns it over. Not the fault of any CVCA Royal. The boards are funny in the corners here. And Morgan Joy trying to battle. It's now controlled and shot in by Constantine. It's deflected into the near side corner. Still, centering pass. Shot coming and scoring. The goal by Jude Johnson. He had a lot of time to set up and beat Karsten Hauk to put the Lakewood Rangers back up 3-2. Jude Johnson for the Rangers at 4 minutes and 34 seconds of the second period. Makes it Lakewood 3 and CVCA 2. So back and forth we go. The Rangers back on top. They drop the puck once again, controlled by Lakewood. And they push in for more. Shot, saved by Hauk. That shot fired in there by Eli Ledoux. And so a face-off will take place to the left of Karsten Hauk. They drop it down. The puck trickles forward. And now brought out by Sam Porter, who pushes it up. Intercepted by Lakewood and back into the offensive zone. Another centering pass back to the point. Blinky fires over the net. Controlled by the Rangers still. Back up to Blinky. Blinky back in deep. Around the boards it goes. It's Johnson. Johnson centers. Shot and another goal. Two quick goals by the Rangers on the back door that time. 4-2 Lakewood. And it looks like number 10, Gavin Fielder, with his second, I believe, of the game for the Rangers to make it Lakewood 4, CVCA 2. So the Royals, they got even. They're going to have to work on that defensive zone clearance. And perhaps the first time tonight we're seeing the Royals missing their senior captain, Gabe Dearden. Shot in off the stick of Matthew Porter is saved by Grusella. Dearden with 107 starts under his belt for CVCA, sitting this one out. And the Royals doing their best without him. Long way to go, though. 9:34 to go, second period. Rangers with a 2-goal lead for the first time tonight. Caden Ballard battles for it on the near side. Now Zach Nichols fires another one in there, and he scores again! Zach Nichols. It looks like that may be Matthew Porter who gets it, actually. Nichols on the assist. Porter deflected it, and CVCA is back within one. So the Royals youngsters doing some good work here in the second period. Sophomore Zach Nichols with a goal and an assist, and Matthew Porter, the freshman, scoring for his second straight game. Time of Porter's goal, 5 minutes and 34 seconds. They drop the puck down again. And Lakewood's Blinky will chase it. He gets pressure from Sam Porter, the alternate captain. Around the boards it goes, into the hands of Eli Ledoux. Cross-ice pass looking for Jude Johnson. Into the offensive zone, but Nichols controls and pokes it out where Alex Blinky is on it. It's pushed in by Fielder, but right back out. And back in once again. Mosher, cross-ice, looking for Parada. Off the boards, deflects it, finds Lamline. Lamline, nice stick handling. Lamline to his backhand, fires, saved by Grusella. Sam Porter was right there in case there was a rebound, but Mike Grusella is a good goalie, and there was none to be had that time. Nice save by the sophomore Grusella. Stoppage at 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go. What a series it's been between Lakewood and CVCA this year. CVCA controls the faceoff. Petchke fires in. It's knocked down and pushed up the ice. It'll be icing against the Rangers as it goes across the end line. Stoppage at 8 minutes and 34 seconds. What a preview of this game coming up Monday night. A great game going on here so far tonight at the Kostel Rec Center. Face off to the right of Grusella, controlled by CVCA into the high slot. Try to keep it in is Nichols, but he cannot. He will battle and control against Gavin Fulmer, who is trying to battle into the offensive zone. Lakewood clears and dumps it back in deep where Nichols is on it in the corner, or at least he tries to get on it. It goes by him, and so Lakewood will control. But Nichols checks it away. Shot coming in. Poked aside to the far corner by Karsten Hauk. In deep it goes. Caden Ballard gets it. Up it gets knocked into the boards. Ballard gets knocked down. Josh Petchke's there to try and offer some help, but to the right slot, it's fired in, and Hauk knocks it high and out of play for another stoppage with 7 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the second period, nearing the halfway mark in the contest. The Royals will get a wholesale change, and Gabe Constantine will head back out on the ice for the Lakewood Rangers. Face off to the left of Hauk. They drop it down, and it comes toward Hauk once again and swept out of harm's way. I think that was Josh Petchke who did that. Back in, wide is the shot by the Rangers. And it trickles back behind the end line where Mosher has it. Mosher up ice, looking for Lamline. Can't connect with him. A shot from center ice by Gabe Constantine, delayed offside against the Rangers. Luke Parada will pull it in and go behind his net. Lakewood still not realizing they're offside, finally coming back and clearing the zone while Parada heads up ice with some speed. Parada, poke checked away by Alex Blinky, but chases after it and comes up with it. Parada still with it on his stick. Parada now up to the corner, tries to find Mosher. It gets by him, so Parada will retrieve it himself once again, and he'll start over. Back up he comes. Parada evades for a moment Jay Schmolt, but he pokes it away. But Mark Mosher now with some speed into the corner. Mosher is on it. Sam Porter setting up, tries to center. It's deflected before it gets to Mosher, and Constantine levels Sam Porter in the slot. Back down the ice it goes. Icing is the call. They're playing for pride tonight. They're playing to get a win. They're also playing to send a message for Monday night. The Lakewood and CVCA, the Rangers 4, the Royals 3. Face-off now will be in the Royals offensive zone to the right of Lakewood goalie Grusella. One to the slot. Nichols has it. He fires. Saved by Grusella. The wrist shot off of Zach Nichols in the slot. Grusella had it all the way, and they'll do it again to Grusella's right. Ballard, Matthew Porter, Morgan Joy up front. Mosher, actually Petchke and Nichols for CVCA. It's poked up. Petchke pinches in, but it's poked out by the Rangers. Zach Nichols retrieves it for CVCA in the far corner. Surveys, pokes it up, and it's turned over. Shot. Stick save by Karsten Hauk. Nichols battling in deep. In the corner it goes. Nichols getting pressure from a pair of Lakewood Rangers. It's now dug out by Lakewood. Near side, up to the point, shot in, fired, stick save. Off the shot of Austin Shearer into the netting, and another stoppage with 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the second period. More changes for the Royals. Sam Porter, Mark Mosher, Luke Parada, new front line for CVCA, and Jack Lamline. Puck is won back to Lakewood. Cross ice pass kept in by Shearer, dumped in deep. It gets past Mosher. Mosher has to chase after it. He's got pressure, and Lakewood digs it out. Centering pass knocked down by Lamline. Off the boards and up and out. And past Grusella for an icing against CVCA. A stoppage with 5:45 to go. So the referee brings the puck down to the right of Karsten Hauk. Lamline and Jay Schmolt will duel at the face-offs dot. Lamline wins it back. It's chipped up and off the head of Luke Parada. Parada making like a soccer player there. Not sure he did that intentionally. Now he's got it back. Dumps it in deep. Sam Porter will chase for it. Porter chips it off the boards where it's controlled by Blinky. Blinky up ice. He finds Dylan Yatsen, but Yatsen can't clear the zone, and now finally the Rangers do. Up ice pass looking for Yatsen was Jay Schmolt. Into the corner it goes. Now controlled by CVCA's Parada. Parada up ice, finds Porter. Porter gets stood up at the center ice, just past the red line. It's chipped back, and now Parada has it on his stick once again. He's met by Yatsen. Yatsen levels the body. The team's battling, it's poked into the zone. Nichols has it, finds Porter. Porter now will bring it into the zone. Porter, backhanded shot to the right of Grusella. Check that, to the left of Grusella. Near side corner. Mosher tries to use the skate to kick it in, or keep it in rather. He cannot. Icing is waved off. Yatsen and Nichols will go. And now it's pushed to the near side where Mosher comes after it. Mosher chips it up and gets it out, where it trickles back to Blinky. Blinky cross ice looking for Constantine, but Morgan Joy intercepts. Morgan Joy pushes it back out to the neutral zone, not once but twice, and finds Lamline. Lamline tries to set up and finds Joy. Joy, cross ice, onside, Matthew Porter. Porter gets knocked down, but Lamline has it. Lamline into the circles. Leaves it for Nichols. Nichols looks, pushes it in deep for Lamline. Lamline in the corner will battle with Blinky. Blinky. Now Nichols pushes in, tries to keep it in, backhands toward the goal, saved by Grusella. Zach Nichols being as aggressive as I think we've ever seen him tonight. Grusella's save at 4 minutes and 1 second to go here in the second period. Lakewood still 4, CVCA 3. The face-off will be to the right of Grusella. Caden Ballard and Dylan Yatsen at the dot. Check that, it's Gavin Fielder rather, and Fielder wins it back. Austin Shearer in the near side corner, round the boards, finds a teammate, up ice it comes, and the Rangers clear the zone, but it's chipped away. Big chance now, breakaway chance, shooting, saved by Karsten Hauk on the breakaway by Jude Johnson. That may be the best save of Karsten Hauk's young career on the breakaway by Johnson. He got the stick on it, up into the rafters it went, and it keeps the score at 4-3. Back underway, face off, puck dribbles up and out, and icing is the call. 3:32 to go here in the second period. They drop the puck down once again. Lakewood controls. They try and get a shot off. It trickles loose, cross ice, looking for Johnson. He fires wide of Karsten Hauk. Around the boards it goes to the far side. 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second period. Retrieving it is Fielder. He gets it in deep to a teammate. Behind the boards it goes. Lakewood with some good offensive pressure here. They battle near side boards. In the corner, digging it out is Ledoux. Centering pass, fired, shot, score by Fielder. Eli Ledoux digging it out on the near side boards. He found Fielder, and Fielder has a hat trick. 5-3 Lakewood. Fielder's goal coming at 12 minutes and 3 seconds of the second period. And once again, the Lakewood Rangers lead is 2. So the Royals with work to do. Lakewood with a 5-3 lead. They drop the puck down at center ice once again, and now the Royals have it in the defensive zone. Luke Parada. Parada tries to stick handle past a couple of Lakewood defenders, cannot control. It's poke checked away and knocked out where Jack Lamline will retrieve it for CVCA. Lamline circles back. It'll start out from behind his own net. Loses control, and it's poked back in by number 9, Fulmer. Lamline will get it once again. He's got pressure from a couple of Lakewood Rangers now. The far side boards, dumps it in deep. Petchke. Petchke kicks it, but cannot control, and Fulmer's going to get to it first. So once again, same spot as before. A battle ensues on the boards. It comes right back out. This time, though, CVCA's Zach Nichols, I believe, has it. Nichols through the neutral zone, fires, and it is a late whistle. They may get the Royals for being offsides, perhaps. Nichols is already almost to the circle before the referee identified that the Royals were offside. So they'll bring it back out behind the blue line for a neutral zone face-off on the far side. 2 minutes and 1 second to go. Lamline pushes it forward for CVCA off the face-off. It's controlled and knocked out by the Rangers and pushed in deep by Fulmer. Zach Nichols will chase it. Fulmer will chase him. Nichols pushes it to himself, kicks it forward, finds Sam Porter. Porter knocks it out, but pushed back the other direction by Jay Schmolt and pushed around the boards by Fielder. Near side, Fulmer, and a shot, or rather a centering pass, finds no one but Josh Petchke for CVCA. He knocks it forward, but Luke Parada cannot knock it out. So it's pushed back in deep. Zach Nichols will corral it for just a moment, but he's going to have to battle with Yatsen. Nichols and Yatsen in the far corner. Minute 15 to go. Lamline steps in, and he controls. It's poked toward, what a play right there by two players. As Lamline was coming around the net, it was poked toward the net, I think by Alex, checked that by Dylan Yatsen, but Karsten Hauk was not fooled and made sure he was on it. That puck could have slipped by Hauk and been another goal as Lamline was coming around the corner. It was not, though, and the score remains Lakewood 5, CVCA 3, 1 minute 8 seconds to go, and the face-off will happen to the right of Karsten Hauk. Face-off is won and skated in deep by Jude Johnson. Around the boards it goes. Morgan Joy there to retrieve it for CVCA. And the Rangers come out with it. Centering pass knocked down on the shot attempt from the slot. That was Jude Johnson trying to get another goal. Here's a shot saved by Hauk. In the near side boards, the Royals need to clear it out of the zone. Caden Ballard trying to get it. In the slot it comes once again. And it trickles loose, poked up, and finally out comes Ballard. If the Royals hustle, they'll have 3-on-2, but Ballard fires from the blue line. Saved by Grusella. Poked into the near side corner with 27 seconds left. Matthew Porter in deep. Morgan Joy pressuring. Matthew Porter into the corner, knocks down the defender, Shearer. Comes back the other direction with 15 seconds left. Cross ice and out. Finally cleared by Lakewood. 10 seconds left. Petchke knocks it in deep, but offsides by the Royals, and finally they get onside. 3 seconds left in the neutral zone. It's poked away by Parada, and the whistle sounds. We've reached the end of a very active second period, and the Rangers lead it by a score of 5-3. 3 goals by the Rangers in that second period, 2 by the Royals, including the first of his career by Zach Nichols, who also got an assist on the second goal by Matthew Porter for the Lakewood Rangers. They picked up a goal by number 5, Jude Johnson, and a pair of goals, making it a hat trick for Gavin Fielder. The score at the end of 2 periods is Lakewood 5 and CVCA 3. We mentioned during the pregame that it's the last home game for CVCA and the last game for the careers of Sam Porter, JT Nichols, and Gabe Dearden. Sam Porter, we mentioned as you're looking at him on the screen, has played in more games than any other CVCA Royal in the last 4 years, 108 games. He scored his first goal of his career against Canton Hoover as a freshman and has gotten better every single year. A senior leader and alternate captain, he has 19 goals in his career, 23 assists, 42 career points. Sam Porter is everything you could want in a hockey player who has just gotten better and better every single season. Sam Porter, alternate captain and senior for CVCA. JT Nichols, what can be said about JT Nichols? Here he is in his second game ever of his career, facing off against Parma's Matthew Higginbotham. That would be something that would happen many times during his career. Nichols has played in 94 games. He's first all-time on CVCA's career goals against average list with 3.9 per game. Second all-time in career save percentage. He recorded 23 wins in a season as a sophomore, more than any other goalie in a single season that's ever played for CVCA. With 46 career victories, he also is CVCA's all-time leader in Barron Cup victories as a goaltender with 4. He was the Barron Cup Championship Game MVP and an all Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League honorable mention player in 2020. JT Nichols, 4-year goaltender for CVCA. And then there's Gabe Dearden, 107 games played in his career. He's first all-time in career points for defensemen with 141 points, passing last year's captain Jack Parada in the last game against Brecksville, who has 139. Dearden is first in all-time career goals for defensemen with 82 goals, and frankly, no one else is even close. He's a multi-season all-star in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. He won the 2019 Barron Cup semifinal with a laser shot from the right point in double overtime, and you'll hear that call in just a moment. He's CVCA's senior captain and legendary team leader, Gabe Dearden. Dearden, the senior captain of CVCA, has been on a number of championship teams, as have Nichols and Sam Porter. This team won the 2018, or these three won the 2018 Hoover President's Day Tournament. They were champions. They were the 2018 CVCA Christmas Tournament champions as sophomores. Obviously, as sophomores, who can forget the Barron Cup championship run, capped off with a 2-1 victory over the Parma Redmen on Barron Cup Championship Day. And last year, they were the 2020 runners-up in the Hamilton, Ontario Christian High Tournament.
In the second overtime,
and here are the calls from that Barron Cup.
As CVCA looking to make something happen and send us home. As
oh my God! Gabe Dearden whipped one home to win the game. Oh my goodness! Do you believe in miracles? Gabe Dearden, what a play! Normandy falls 3-2 in overtime. Parma, CVCA tomorrow for the Barron Cup Championship.
You can hear a pin drop in here as it goes to Parma on the draw. Immediately comes in. Higginbotham shovels it, and it's saved, and it's going to be sent the length. This one might go in just wide. 10 seconds. Parma needs a miracle. It goes the length. Tactics, 6 on the clock. CVCA is going to regain possession, and they're going to be champions of the Barron Cup as it's over.
They did it.
CVCA, for the second time in school history, can call themselves champions as they have won the Barron Cup by a score of 2-1.
JT Nichols and Gabe Dearden have left a legacy here in CVCA Royals hockey, and we're going to miss them, but they've got more to write. The Barron Cup already one victory under their belts so far this year in 2020, the 12-2 victory on Wednesday night against the Brecksville Broadview Heights Bees, and they will play on Monday night along with the rest of the 2020-21 Royals against these same Lakewood Rangers for a chance to move on to the Barron Cup semifinals a week from Friday, or really it's next Friday. It's no longer a week from Friday, but what a story and what a bunch of chapters of history written by these three, Sam Porter, JT Nichols, and Gabe Dearden. Speaking of seniors, CVCA had a ceremony on Wednesday of this week, February 3rd, to celebrate a number of seniors on National Signing Day. So we mentioned JT Nichols, the starting goaltender for the Royals. He signed to play football at Wheaton College for the next 4 years and continue his athletic and academic endeavors in the suburb of Chicago in Wheaton, Illinois. Nichols, an all-state football player, in addition to being the starting goaltender for the Royals hockey teams and lacrosse team. Elsewhere, Jack Bova for CVCA signed to continue his career at the NAIA level in football with Olivet Nazarene University. Bova, a staple of the CVCA offensive line and the football team that won 2 OHSAA playoff victories earlier this year. The right tackle for the Royals started in 34 straight games and was an anchor on that right side with Nichols on the left side. Additionally, David Lewis signed to continue his athletic and football career, or rather his academic and football careers at the College of Worcester next year. So David Lewis, congratulations to him. In girls basketball, the girls basketball team, as we mentioned, victorious earlier today by a large score, 81-29, and their senior leader, Sydney Marshall, will play collegiate basketball at Grove City College next year and beyond. CVCA's Callie Connor also headed to Grove City to continue her tennis career and her studies at Grove City College, so she was honored as well. Tip of the cap to Erin Venus from the CVCA girls soccer team, also going to Grove City College, and she'll play collegiate soccer and continue her studies at Grove City. And finally, a couple of CVCA seniors and athletes will continue their athletic and educational careers at Cedarville University. Peyton Fraley, who set all kinds of records for the CVCA girls soccer team, will continue her career at Cedarville. And Caden Scarborough, the player of the year in the Pac-7 conference and all kinds of state awards in boys golf, will continue to hit the links down at Cedarville for Cedarville University over the next 4 years. So congratulations to all those CVCA student athletes on their successes in the classroom and on the athletic field, or in this case, on the ice. Once again, in that second period, the Royals got a couple of goals. Unfortunately, they gave up 3, and so we stand at a 5-3 score with 15 minutes of regulation remaining in this contest. Shots on goal in the second period were a little bit more even. Lakewood had 12 for a 2-period total of 28. CVCA had 9 for a 2-period total of 15. Once again, goals scored in that second period. Lakewood CVCA tied it up on the first career goal by number 53, sophomore Zach Nichols. It was 2-2, but the tie did not last that long. It lasted 1 minute and 10 seconds when Lakewood went back on top on a goal off the stick of Jude Johnson. It was 3-2 Lakewood. Lakewood made it 4-2 on the second of the day by number 10, Gavin Fulmer, but just 18 seconds later, Zach Nichols fired a shot from the right point. It was deflected by Matthew Porter, the freshman, getting his second goal in 2 games. It was 4-3 Lakewood on top, CVCA shaving the lead down to 1. But Lakewood pushed it back to 2 when Fielder completed a hat trick, getting his 3rd goal of the game on a laser shot from the slot. Nice centering pass from number 13, Eli Ledoux, found Fielder, and Fielder put it behind Karsten Hauk. Shout out to Hauk, though. He did a great job in that second period and maybe had the save of his career on a breakaway from Jude Johnson, where Hauk ensured that Johnson did not score. Karsten Hauk doing a good job in goal today despite the score. 28 shots he's faced. He's made 23 saves through 2 periods. But the Royals have work to do in this one if they want to get back in it. The final home game of the year between CVCA and Lakewood. The intermission time has run out. Neither team, though, has made their trek back into the ice arena section of the Dan Kostel Rec Center here in Garfield Heights. If you watched along with us during the CVCA Christmas tournament, we told you several times that the locker rooms here are off the lobby, and so we can see, it looks like Lakewood coming through that lobby first, and they'll be the first ones back into the arena, led by their goaltender, Michael Grusella. They make the walk in. 15 minutes to go. Both teams obviously wanting to win tonight. Both teams wanting to make sure they get out of this game healthy and ready for the big game on Monday. Lakewood leading though right now. And the Royals right behind the Rangers. Karsten Hauk leads them in for CVCA, the sophomore goaltender. JT Nichols right behind him. Grusella, the first one on the ice here in the third period. Once again, you are watching CVCA Royals hockey through the Boxcast platforms. You know that most of you watch on your computers or your mobile devices. Be aware, though, that Boxcast does have TV apps available on the Apple TV, the Roku, and the Amazon Fire systems. So if you have a smart device, you are able to watch on the big screen through Boxcast by just looking for CVCA live stream in the Boxcast TV app. However you're watching, we're glad that you're with us. We've got 15 more minutes of hockey here from the Dan Kostel Rec Center. My name is Tim Nichols, and we are glad you're spending your Saturday night, at least the early part of it, with us. Royals will go right to left here in this third period. The Rangers left to right. Once again, the referees on the far side now skating towards center ice, and we're just about ready to go with third period action. Jack Lamline out to take the draw for CVCA. Luke Parada to his left, Sam Porter to his right, Mark Mosher and Zach Nichols on defense for the Royals. For Lakewood, Gavin Fielder will take the draw. He's got Eli Ledoux to his right. Dylan Yatson to his left. We're underway. In the defensive zone, Lamline has it on his stick. Pokes it out. Parada pokes it in deep. Chasing after it is Porter. But getting to it first is Gabe Constantine. Around the boards it goes. Lamline right there to try and dispossess Yatson. Lamline battles. It's poked ahead. Poked up to the point. Nichols pushes it back in deep. It hits the referee, so Luke Parada will step on it. Fires toward Grusella. Sam Porter tried to tip it, but Grusella made the glove save. His first of the third period, and the first stoppage ensues at 36 seconds of this third period. It'll result in a face-off to the left of the sophomore goaltender, Mike Grusella. Caden Ballard steps out on the ice to take the draw. Ballard poked back and kept in, and not for a moment, only for a moment. Back out it comes and poked toward Karsten Hauk. He pushed it to the far side corner. Caden Ballard gets it and it stops. Must be a wet spot on the ice there. Into the near side corner, centering pass, no one there, and out it comes. No icing as it came off a Lakewood Ranger. Back to get it is number 3, Austin Shearer. Shearer pokes it off the boards and up. He finds Jude Johnson with some speed. Johnson fires, saved by Hauk. Off the far side boards. It's fired back in, but knocked down by Nichols. Back to Jay Schmoltz. Schmoltz tries to get another shot. It ricochets to the right, rather to the left of Hauk. Pressure coming from the Rangers. Johnson pushes it in deep. He finds Fulmer. Nichols now tries to poke it up at the point. A funny bounce, and the Royals get a break. It's pushed forward by Matthew Porter. Up, and icing is the call. That puck was headed for one of the Lakewood Rangers. Took a funny bounce off the boards, and Porter was able to knock it down the ice out of harm's way for the moment. Stoppage, 13:23 to go here in the third period. Gavin Fielder will take the draw for the Rangers. Jack Lamline for CVCA. One back to the point. Fired. Shot off the inside of the net. Behind the net. Mark Mosher digs it out. He finds Lamline. Pushes it up. Lamline is met at the blue line. Shot in and saved by Hauk. So pressure from the Rangers, looking to extend the lead to 6-3. Hauk stood between the pipes and stopped that one. 13:08 to go here in the third period. Again, Fielder and Lamline. And this one dropped down. They battle for it. It trickles forward, and Sam Porter knocks it up. And it's dumped back in. Josh Petchke checks and sees how much time he's got. He goes back to get it. Pokes it up. Looking for Porter. He can't come up with it. Fired on Hauk. Another kick save off the stick of Gavin Fielder. Up and out of the zone. Dumped back in where Mark Mosher will retrieve it for CVCA. Mosher takes his time. Pushes it up. Finds a Royal. And Lamline pokes it forward but can't control. It's back to Mosher. Mosher once again will retrieve it. In the circles, Mosher looks and pokes it forward looking for Porter. Porter can't control, and it's dumped back in once again by Constantine, where Petchke will get it, and the Rangers will get a wholesale change. Royals with some time. Up the ice they come. Porter to his left. Fires on Grusella. Grusella glove save. Or if it's Grusella, maybe it's a glove save. We'll call it a glove save for Mike Grusella. And a stoppage at 12:16 to go here in the third period. Lakewood Rangers 5, CVCA Royals 3. One back to Zach Nichols. Nichols deeks, now fires, shoots. It's Trickles, shot. A second save by Grusella, and it trickles past the goal on the right of Grusella. So Nichols with a shot in there, a rebound was there, and Grusella made two saves, and then the puck went behind the net. Now back out to neutral ice. Pushed in by Petchke, but not that far. Intercepted and pushed up and out into the defensive zone for the Royals. Zach Nichols has it, fires down ice, and Grusella has to make a save on the full ice shot off Zach Nichols' blade. Around the boards it goes to the far side corner and reversing back the other direction. Once again, Lakewood will build it out. They find Jude Johnson. Johnson through the neutral zone and now across the blue line in the circles. Looks, fires, sharp angle shot off the net. Johnson still has it. Circles again, is dumped down, no call. And Morgan Joy tries to push it out but can't. To the slot, it's intercepted by CVCA. Pushed up and chipped out off of the stick of Tyler Young, who gets a shift. First time we've called Tyler Young's name today. Lakewood now will set up in their defensive zone. Caden Ballard with some pressure on Jude Johnson. And now Ballard is dumped, and Johnson falls. Sam Porter tries to get a shot off. It's wide. Kept in by the Royals at the point, but not for long. Knocked down and skated out. Long pass looking for number 22, Schmolt. Schmolt tries to retrieve it. Mark Mosher is there first. He chips it up and out. It comes, and it will be no icing. So back to get it is Alex Blinky. Blinky quickly resets, finds Schmolt, and it's chipped in the defensive zone, rather in the offensive zone. Delayed offsides on CVCA. It gives the Rangers time to set up once again. Here comes Eli Ledoux. Ledoux into the offensive zone, in the circles. Skates past Petchke, fires on Karsten Hauk, who makes the save. And we have a stoppage at 10:19. Nice play by Ledoux. Nicer save by Karsten Hauk. Rangers 5, Royals 3. Round 4 of 5. Rangers with 2 victories this season against CVCA. The Royals with 1. Face-off is one back to the slot, kept in. High point, chipped, and another save by Hauk. It's down, and a goal. The Royals Not happy with that one. Zach Nichols said he had it on the end line, but the referee was on it and scores it a goal for the Rangers. Nichols was sure he scooped that out from the danger, but he's overruled by the men in stripes, and Nichols will head to the bench. The Rangers will increase their lead to 6-3. And we are not sure who's got the goal. We'll wait for the scorers to maybe text it up to us. Meanwhile, the CVCA bench getting an explanation about what just ensued. And with our single camera view, I'm sure we don't have much of a better view than the referee had of that one. So it's 6-3. They drop the puck down once again. And Blinky has it. Cross ice pass to Constantine. Up ice it comes, chipped forward, and back into the offensive zone. Cross ice looking for Ledoux once again into the corner. Mark Mosher will give battle. Up to the point, kept in by Constantine. He fires off the face mask of Hauk into the corner. Dumped back in deep. Mosher is on it first, but he gets knocked into the boards by Ledoux. It comes around the near side boards to Matthew Porter, who pokes it up and out, and icing will be the call against CVCA. Biggest lead of the game so far for these Lakewood Rangers, a 3-goal lead, and officially Dylan Yatson is the scorer of that last goal. So Dylan Yatson, his first of the day for the junior forward. Face off to the left of Hauk. Won by the Rangers. Up to the left point. Chip back in, but Jack Lamline intercepts and tries to poke it out. Intercepted in the defensive zone by number 3, Austin Shearer. He falls down, and Sam Porter gets knocked into. It trickles to Drusella, who does the right thing and covers the puck and ensures there's no danger that will happen. Lamline will take the draw. He's at Jackson Sullivan, one of the newer skaters for CVCA, out to his right. It's won by the Rangers, and they push it up and out of the zone. Nichols chips it back in for just a moment, controlled by the Rangers. Cross ice pass. Mark Mosher has it. He chips it forward, and they will wave off icing, so back to get it is number 18, Yatson. Yatson has it deflected off of Porter's stick to a teammate, and that teammate dumps it in deep, where Zach Nichols tries to retrieve it, but he overskates it. Gavin Fulmer centers. Lamline out of harm's way. It's poked aside by number 12, Tanner Constantine. In deep, and then quickly back out, but intercepted only for a moment, and Zach Nichols will have to chase it the other direction, but he'll give way to Mark Mosher, who's closer to it, and Mosher up ice, but to no one in particular, and it's intercepted by Constantine, who chips it up and into the stands, where we wish you fans were, but it's a lonely existence here at the Kostel Rec Center, and they'll have to get another puck. So face off at center ice with 8:15 to go, 6-3, Lakewood on top. Caden Ballard intercepts and fires on Drusella. Drusella almost misplays it, but does stop the puck. It's kept in for a moment by Josh Petchke. He battles. Morgan Joy is there. She pokes it in further deep. It goes behind Drusella's goal. And knocked down is number 17, Harrison Kasalik, who gets a shift. And the Royals now down 6-3, as we expected, extending the bench further. Morgan Joy pokes it in deep for CVCA. They get back on side, and Lakewood comes out once again with it. With some speed is Ledoux. Ledoux, guarded by Petchke, tries to poke it back. Now he has it back still on his own stick. Finds Constantine at the left point. Fires. It's deflected in front to the near side corner. Back in deep. Caden Ballard will try and chase it. He's got it on his stick. Ballard being back checked and pokes it forward. It's going to trickle toward Drusella, who will have to make a stop. He does. Morgan Joy's right there. Grusella dangerously trying to shovel it to a teammate. Morgan Joy is wearing blue, royal blue, and white. She is not what you would call Mike Grusella's teammate. She was trying to knock it in the goal. Grusella thought better of it and put the big glove on it for the stoppage with 7:09 to go here in the third period. So Lamline out to take the draw for the Royals. He wins it back, but Mark Mosher cannot keep it in. It was with some speed all the way down to the far end. Mosher chases it. He gets pressure. And Mosher again battling Fulmer. That's a battle that will continue, no doubt, on Monday night in Brooklyn. Shot from the circles goes wide. Sam Porter tries to get it. He knocks down Fulmer. Porter now for a moment skates out with it. Stick handling, pokes it up, looking for a teammate, doesn't find one, and it's poked back in. Mosher chips it forward. Porter tries to get control, cannot. Shot fired in, saved by Karsten Hauk. 6:20 to go, third period. Lakewood doubling up the Royals, 6-3. Third period action. Defensive zone face-off upcoming for CVCA. Gavin Fielder for the Rangers. Caden Ballard at the draw spot for the Royals. Won by Lakewood. Dumped in deep. Mosher chases with pressure from Ledoux. Ledoux pokes it up. Constantine fires wide. Off the boards at ricochet. Kept in and shot forward. Stick save by Karsten Hauk from Gavin Fielder. More pressure from the Rangers. Constantine tries to wind up, takes a shot, knocked down by Ballard, and Ballard pokes it up and out of play. It drops harmlessly in front of us. Again, in front of what are the imaginary fans, or what would be the fan cutouts if we had the money to have cutouts here at the Kostel Rec Center. We just have to imagine them. And so for the second time this period, a new puck is brought in. Face-off is won for a moment by the Royals. It's skated out by Sam Porter. 1-on-2 though. Porter pokes it in, puts it on goal, and saved by Grusella. A little bit of snow perhaps that time from Porter as he was chasing in there for a hopeful rebound. It's been a well-played game. Just one penalty so far to Caden Ballard. Jack Lamline chases after this one around the boards, looking for Alex Frazier, who gets a shift. It's kept in by Blinky. Mark Mosher retrieves it for the Royals, chips it into the corner where it's intercepted. Centering pass, save on a sharp angled shot by Karsten Hauk. Sam Porter skates out with it, looks for Alex Frazier, finds her, it's onside. Frazier with a shot, saved by Grusella. Nice job by Alex Frazier. A freshman for CVCA. He's getting a rare shift and got a rare shot. She departs though. Caden Ballard takes the draw, skates toward the goal on his side, tries to shoot. A save by Grusella, and we've got a hook coming up. And it will be the first power play opportunity of the night for the Royals. In the box goes number 22, Jay Schmaltz, and he's serenaded by All By Myself. Who sings that? Is that Barry Manilow? Does Jay Schmaltz know who Barry Manilow is? Does anybody know who Barry Manilow is? Jay Schmaltz will have to think about it for 2 minutes. Power play opportunity for the Royals. Zach Nichols skates in. Cross ice pass, finds Ballard. Shot. Saved by Grusella. Kick to the far side boards. It comes back to Nichols. Nichols now skates in, trades places with Lamline, shoots. It's knocked down in front by Blinky. Blinky has it, tries to clear, and he does. And chasing after it is Ledoux. He'll be the first one to it for the Rangers. Josh Petchke and Jack Lamline back there to take the puck back for the Royals. 1:31 to go on the Schmolt penalty. With speed through the neutral zone and into the offensive zone from the circle. Shot is wide of the goal. Kept in by Petchke. He fires, deflected into the near side corner. Caden Ballard chases after it. Around the boards, finds Lamline. Lamline behind the end line. Surveys, looks, tries to find Ballard, and it's out as it deflected off the boards. Petchke, cross ice pass to Nichols. He waits, skates back in as they're onside. Nichols to the circle, stops, sets up. Cross ice, finds Porter, shot, chips it up over the goal. Great play by Sam Porter, just couldn't get it on target. And the puck is on the back of the net. And a stoppage is whistled. As the Royals doing a good job on the power play, setting up some offensive opportunities. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in the third period. 57 seconds left on the hooking penalty to Jay Schmolt. Referee waiting for the teams to come over to the face-off dot on the near side to the right of Grusella. It's one back to Nichols at the slot. He keeps it in, looks, surveys, and he chips it back into the corner to Lamline. Lamline pokes it to himself, skates around the referee, now near side corner, looks, fires, sharp angle shot, saved by Grusella and poked up and kept in for a moment by Morgan Joy, but skating with it on the shorthanded chance is number 10, Fielder. Joy poked it away, still got a shot off, and Petchke skates up and fires one in on Grusella, who covers, and a stoppage ensues with 22 seconds left on the penalty time. 3:29 to go in the contest. Lakewood 6, CVCA 3. The Rangers in control. They look like, barring some spectacular efforts by the Royals, to be on their way to a victory tonight. But once again, the game that matters is the game on Monday night. This face-off won by Lakewood. They chip it up, but not out. 17 seconds left as Lamline skates into the slot, fires it from a long distance on Grusella, and he's got it all the way. Ballard was looking for a rebound, but there was none to be had. 13 seconds to go in the power play. Face-off controlled again, or won just for a moment by Lakewood, but intercepted by Lamline. 7 seconds left as he surveys from, skates up to the slot. 2 seconds, 1 second, fires from a distance, and again, Grusella on the save. And Harrison Kasalik goes for a ride. He gets dumped in the slot. No rebound to be had. Penalty time is up. Schmolt is back out, and the Royals will get a change. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game. Face off now at full strength to the left of Grusella. Drop down Sam Porter takes it for CVCA and gets a shot from a sharp angle. Grusella makes a save and has to dive for it. And now Lakewood tries to skate out with it. They do. Long shot looking for Jude Johnson, who was trying to sneak out there. It missed him. Zach Nichols intercepts around the boards, but kept in at the point by Tanner Constantine. Now centering in the slot. Shot fired wide. Retrieved by 13. That's Eli Ledoux. Another shot knocked down in front and chipped up, but not out still. Good pressure coming. Here comes Ledoux once again. Another shot wide. Rebound controlled to the right point. Another shot checked in, or shot in and knocked down finally. And out comes CVCA. Mark Mosher skates in deep. Mosher backhands and scooped up by Grusella with 2:19 to go. Lakewood 11 wins, 9 losses, no ties coming into tonight's game. Look to be on their way to getting their 12th win of the 2020-21 season. The Royals have struggled this year. 7 wins, 15 losses, and a tie. As this one is won by CVCA and kept in for only a moment. Lamline now has it, skates back to retrieve and reset up. Stops, long pass, trying to find Morgan Joy. She did tip it, so no icing. Blinky back to get it for the Lakewood Rangers. Up to the neutral zone, Josh Petchke goes back, a dangerous pass right to one of the Lakewood Rangers. A save made by Karsten Hauk. And the Royals defense has to go to work. It trickles toward the goal, poked up and out. And back to get it is Gabe Constantine in the neutral zone. Constantine finds Schmolt. Schmolt will bring it in, pushes it in deep where Petchke is there for the Royals. Petchke turns around, finds Joy, and she gets the puck out of the zone, but loses it. And Alex Blinky fires in. It goes wide of the net. Minute and 19 seconds to go. Pushed back out, and Constantine unable to stop it all the way back. No icing, and now he'll dump it back around the boards. It's off the stick of Petchke. 2-on-1 for Ledoux. Ledoux looking, shot. Oh, just missed as they were trying to get back door. Lakewood had a chance for a 7th goal. Now the other direction with some speed. Quick shot off the stick of Lamline is saved by Grusella all the way back out to the opposing blue line where Zach Nichols is there to try and come up with it. Nichols does come up with it, stick handles, and gets it ahead to Sam Porter. Porter, shot off his forehand is saved by Grusella with 43 seconds left. So end-to-end action as we get toward the end of this game. One goal this third period by Lakewood, credited to number 18, Dylan Yatson. The Royals held off the board here in the third period to this point. They drop the puck down, a scramble for it. As it trickles to the near side boards, kept in by Petchke. Petchke fires. It's knocked down by number 3, Austin Shearer. Far side boards now, Shearer still pokes it up forward to Jake Hirsch and out of harm's way into the neutral zone. 23 seconds left. Dumped in deep by Austin Shearer. 17 seconds to go. Zach Nichols gets it poked away. Petchke now brings it in. Petchke tries to get a shot off, fires. It's glove saved by Grusella one more time with 4.1 seconds left on the clock. The Lakewood Rangers are going to go and get the victory tonight. 6-3. But both teams will have a little less than 48 hours to ponder the events of this evening. Gabe Dearden will get to suit up on Monday night for the Royals. Undoubtedly, we'll see JT Nichols back in goal, and we'll see what happens on the venerable ice at the John M. Coyne Rec Center. They drop the puck down. It's poked to the far side boards, up to the point, and the buzzer sounds. We've come to the end of this one. The final score tonight from the Dan Kostel Rec Center for the last time this season. The Lakewood Rangers 6 and the CVCA Royals 3. A good high school hockey game. Both teams, as they have done all year, saluting each other from the relative blue lines. Always a funny thing. Grusella comes up and fist bumps Karsten Hauk. The two have a chat. And the sportsmanship between these two teams has been expressed and exemplified all season long. This is the 4th meeting between the two. Grusella gives a stick tap to Hauk. Now it looks like he's getting a chat with Jack Lamline from CVCA and undoubtedly saying, hey, we'll see you on Monday night. So we check out the third period statistics. And in that third period, Lakewood had 10 shots on goal for a game total of 38. They scored 6 goals. That means Karsten Hauk's made 32 saves tonight for CVCA. The Royals with 18 shots on goal in that third period, a strong showing. Game total of 33. So Michael Grusella with 30 saves in goal tonight for the Lakewood Rangers. The Rangers won the battle at the face-off dot tonight, 24-19. And recapping the goals in the third period, 1 goal scored by Alex Blinky. It was the 6th of the game for the Lakewood Rangers. Lakewood goals scored tonight, a hat trick by number 10, Gavin Fielder. Single goals scored by Gavin Fulmer, Jude Johnson, and Blinky. For the Royals, Luke Parada got a shorthanded goal in the first period. And then in the second period, the first career goal for CVCA sophomore Zach Nichols. And then finally, a goal scored by number 4, Matthew Porter, his second in 2 games for CVCA. That was it on the scoring for the Royals tonight. Final score 6-3. So that's the wrap up on the game. And I'll take this mask off and talk to you and pull it out of my face. I am very distant from my cameraman and everything Sean Mosher. And I just wanted to say thanks to a lot of people for what we've been able to do this season. First and foremost, we've been having the live stream since I think Game 5 this season. My family was quarantined due to the coronavirus for the start of the season. And so we want to send a shout out to Chuck Parada and to Dan Lamline, who brought you the first 4 games of the season, the tournament up in Parma, and the first game against Nordonia here from the Kostel Rec Center. So a shout out and thanks to them. Shout out to Sean Mosher. Sean, who has been behind the camera all season and the brains behind the engineering and the production of everything that we do and we've done this season. So thank you to Sean for the work that you've done this year. Want to thank Mike Dearden, who apparently has scooted away from here tonight, but Mike's been here all season diligently keeping those stats that we give to you, and he held in his Come On Blue chants, which I know that he likes to do, and so thank you to Mike for all that you did this year on keeping stats for us and keeping you informed about what happens on the ice here for CVCA. Also a shout out to Jeff Porter, who's more often than not been up here keeping the scoreboard. Sounds like a very simple thing to do, but if you watch along, it's hard for me to talk and keep score at the same time. So we've at times been a little late on keeping score and the periods, but Jeff Porter's been doing that when he's been available up here. And Dan Petchke did that tonight for us, and so thank you to him. Thank you to Zach Novak and the staff at MediaNet AV who brought us the high-end production during the CVCA Christmas tournament. So if you're here still listening from CVCA or Lakewood, you were privileged to watch that production at Christmas time. So thank you to them. And Zach Novak got us on the air in the fall for football and has kept us up to date on what we need to do to bring these things to you, these games to you this season. If you need anything related to live streaming or production, check out MediaNet AV on the internet and look for Zach Novak and see what they can do to help you out. A huge thank you to the staff here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. Without them, this season would not have happened. When the arena down in Kent State was closed a week before the season was scheduled to start, the Royals scrambled and got this as a home ice. We know it's been frustrating for you as the fans, the moms, the dads, the parents, the grandparents, the fellow students to not be able to be here in person and watch the Royals this year. But the key thing is the Royals got in so far 24 games in a coronavirus pandemic, and that would not have happened without the fine folks here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. So we thank them for helping to make this possible this year as well. Thank you to the members of Friends of Royals Football, the booster club for CVCA's football program, as well as parents of the CVCA volleyball team and cheerleading squads who banded together in the fall and raised the funds to be able to underwrite the costs of the Boxcast platforms. These broadcasts would not come to you without the generosity of those folks who put their brains and their wallets together to make sure that we can get on the air this year and bring you CVCA athletics, not just hockey and football, but chapel that'll be upcoming this week for the students at CVCA is on the Boxcast platform, the signing ceremony that was earlier this week, and numerous events in the fall out at the stadium, all on the Boxcast platform. So thank you so much to the folks that really gave generously to make sure that we could bring these broadcasts to you this season. Of course, thank you to our coaches at CVCA, head coach Doug Fairchild and his team for coaching our kids. Season's not done yet, but of course, thank you to them and the best athletic department in the business, athletic director John Young, as well as SID Ben Miller, who put in tireless hours to make sure that your sons, your daughters, your grandsons, your granddaughters can play the sports that they love, especially in this crazy coronavirus year. You know, the CVCA Athletics mission statement says that they want to build Christ-like character as ambassadors for Christ through competitive excellence. The CVCA athletic program is dedicated to developing Christ-like character and giving our best to advance His kingdom through sports. CVCA strives to promote working together in oneness, to conquer fears, to overcome obstacles, and I'm sure there's been many obstacles this year, to look for lessons and motivation in loss, and for humility and opportunity and victory, to honorably represent our Lord Jesus Christ. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men." And we hope that that mission came through this season in our coverage of CVCA hockey. On behalf of the collective effort of many who have come together to bring you hockey broadcasts in this fully unusual hockey season, my name's Tim Nichols. The Royals' next action will be on Monday night against these same Lakewood Rangers in the Barron Cup quarterfinals. And you can see video-only coverage of the Barron Cup via a subscription on Live Barn, which is the service used by the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. But for one last time this year, this is Tim Nichols signing off. I thank you for watching. So long, everybody. Go Royals.